Philippines.
Good morning, everyone. So the usual Emma wouldn't wear a hat, but I'm wearing a hat now because it's not a usual day. I'm sharing my life, so please bear with my hat. I really don't like speaking in front. If I have the chance, I wouldn't, but this is for God, and I hope you get blessed by my story. So where do I begin? To tell the story of a greater love God has given me. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Looking back, I was just so blessed and loved. I am who I am because God was always with me in every step. We literally grew up in church. Our week would start in church. Me and my family would come to church every Sunday. Then we have school, and Wednesday for prayer meeting. Saturday will be for choir practice, cleaning the church, and cottage prayer for homes of our brothers and sisters in Christ. And Sunday is church and family day. Sorry, I'm shaking. Then every summer, we would join the juniors camp with other kids our age, and we would learn more about the Bible, learn more about how God is so great, and sing him praises. After the camp, we joined the DVBS, the Daily Vacation Bible School, organized by our church. And it would run for 2 weeks with volunteers from Bible school teaching us about God's grace and Bible stories. After that, we go to our grandma's house from Bacolod City to the Dumaguete, or like driving from Gyeongsang to Seoul, and stay for 2 weeks for vacation. And again, we would attend a daily vacation Bible school, and the church there would adjust their schedule so we could attend and make it to the VBS. Growing up, I was surrounded by God's people, from my grandma who prays without ceasing, my mother who taught me that people are all good, my aunts in different parts of the family, as Sunday school teachers, and our home church pastor as family, then my siblings as my competition for character development. So everyone is like family, from church, school, and the people around. So for a while, I thought that was how everyone around me had their life. So, as a middle child, I was just so focused on getting the attention. And I really worked hard to memorize the Bible verses my grandma assigned, so I get the surprises. And I wanted the attention from my parents, so I was just trying so hard to do really good and tell tales of my siblings' adventures so they get reprimanded. I was so fearless because I am the daughter of God. I was praying every day, the most obedient child, the most Bible verses who memorized, and an honor student. I grew up privileged because I am a daughter of God, so who can go against me? But despite being sure of myself, I was also very anxious because knowing God at a very early age, I understood this concept of second coming. And I would wake up in the middle of the night just to check if my sister was there because it might be rapture. And I would also check if my mom was in her room just to check if she was there. And also during vacation, I would check if my grandma was there because I felt like it's the end if she's not there. So the concept of the consequence of sin was also very high because I was so scared to make mistakes because God's wrath is greater than the punishment our Father would give us. So if we don't follow the rules, we get the punishment. So who would have the courage to do bad? So as a child of God, I was just so self-righteous. But God taught me 2 major things at 11 years old. You should obey your parents. In Ephesians 6:1, children obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. My friend died because she died by not obeying her parents. So I really obeyed my parents. I focused with school and church and follow what they want us to do. I had no objection and asked for permission for tasks, and I'm like the home police with my siblings. And the second lesson that I learned at an early age is that would come like a thief in the night. So you have to value relationships and the time you have with them. My friend had to die, but she would always remind me to love. At a young age, she knew what real love is, and it was sacrifice. So at home, we can be whoever we want to be. And it's only at home we can be our true selves because it's only family who can accept us as we are. Outside the family sphere, we would be the kindest soul, because they needed our grace and the people are good and you have to be good to everyone. So I have to skip some parts because time. So let's go. Now I'm 30. God was so gracious that in the middle of the pandemic, He let me heal in the island, and He allowed me to grow in isolation and work with people. My siblings knew how painful it was, and God has had to isolate me so I don't self-destruct. I learned to pray and to face my own demons. And as I was holding on to Isaiah 41:10, "Fear not, for I am with thee. Be not discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous hand." So when I closed the chapter of my island fantasy, another close friend from the island died. We just celebrated her birthday a month before. I was so focused in my last day that I failed to see her in pain. When she died, I realized the dream that I was grieving does not compare to another mother who lost a daughter. We were just talking about life and love, and we were planning to go travel together. And I asked God, why do I have to go through the pain of losing another friend? I really value my relationship because one friend already died. No another friend had to die. And I even can't cope when my grandma died, so God helped me see that she lived a full life, and she always taught me, this friend, how to be brave. So in every season of my life, I was just so grateful to God and my family for being always there, especially my mama, for being my comfort and home, that I would always run to her when I got myself in trouble. So when I turned 35, that was last year, I only had one wish and prayed to God to allow me to come here to Korea. My mother was super supportive, but my siblings were full of questions. Why not go to Japan? Why not Spain? Why not an English country? So I was just like stubborn. This is the first plan that I wanted to do for myself, because for the longest time I was with family. So when I arrived here, I was so hopeful, I was just dreaming, but I got scammed. At this age, I got scammed. And at first I was in denial, so I did not tell my family. So I was not doing things that I thought was right, but it was not. I don't know what happened that the net in our home was so bad, and I wasn't able to talk to my family. And I was starting to question myself why I ended here, because no one asked me to come here. And the opportunity was there, but God was just still good. The moment I wanted to compromise my conviction, I came to GEM, and I got to be guided by wonderful people. From the missionaries who brought us here, to Pastor Emmabel, the cell groups, especially to Sir Alex, Miss Sunny, who isn't with us here, the Filipino ates and moms, and my friends who became family, especially Minji, even though she's not here. She was so brave at a young age. I could learn a lot from her. Also at the Ritz, especially for extending her home and heal my mother dream just to play with Jeo. And also everyone from also all the Filipinos who are here. All the while, I thought that God wanted another character development for me here. But in the end, I realized God wanted me to learn how to fail, how to not trust in myself, to not trust on my family, my mom, my sisters, my brothers, and the people around, but to trust Him, to go back to God and surrender. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will direct your path. So the rest is still unwritten, and I can't wait to use this time that I am here to be of use to His glory, so when I get to meet God, He will say, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." Thank you.